Hello students, as in the last lecture, we saw the type number 8 which was based on the property that is e raised to integration e raised to x f of x plus f dash x into dx is equals to e raised to x into f of x plus c. Yes or no? As we took almost 3-4 sum based on this property, okay, and then today we're gonna see some more new sums based on this property only, but the pattern of the question will be little different. As I told, how to guess that or when to apply this property. In the question you will see e raised to x and then a bracket will be there. You will have two terms like this. So one term you have to consider as f of x and the second part will be what? It will be derivative of that function, and you have to guess the proper derivative. Okay, and as I told, you have to consider f of x to those term whose derivative you will get perfectly. Yes or no? So if you see e raised to x, straight away you have to apply the property which is e raised to x f of x plus f dash x is equal to e raised to x into f of x plus c, which is type number 8. Yes or no? That is a type number 8. So here we have some different sum, and what is the different here? As clearly we can see that here we don't have e raised to x in this example and even this example also, but we have to solve these sums by using this property only. Sir, but you had told that without e raised to x we cannot apply this property. So whenever you come across the sum like this log, here also we can see log, and we know that we have to solve this sum by using type number 8. So of course the first thing will be what? We have to convert this whole function into this format. That means we required e raised to x somewhere here. For this sum also we required e raised to x somewhere here. So here the first thing will be what? You have to convert this whole function into in this format, and after that we have to integrate with respect to this property. So let's begin. As here in the first question we have I equal to integral log x upon 1 plus log x the whole square. Okay, so here the first step will be what? Whenever you come across the sum like this log x, and we know that we have to solve this sum by using type number 8. So first we have to convert this function into in this format. So we required e raised to x somewhere. Yes or no? So here we'll take let log x equals to t. We'll put now let log x equals to t. As I took log x equals to t, so remember this whole function it will get converted into term t only. Even this dx will get converted into dt. Okay. As I took log x equals to t, log x equals to t. So this log x will replace by t. Yes or no? This log x will replace by t. Even this log x will be replaced by t. Yes or no? After taking let also, see to that this function it is not get converted into e raised to x format. Where is e raised to x here? And without getting this e raised to x or e raised to t, we cannot able to apply this property. As per the rule we required e raised to x somewhere. Yes or no? So here What exactly you will do after taking log x equals to t? Don't derive with respect to x directly. Like log x derivative will be what? 1 upon x, yes or no? And dt will be t will be what? Dt upon dx. So here you will get 1 upon x into dx equals to dt. After doing this also, this step also, you will not get e raised to x anywhere. So exactly what we have to do whenever you come across log x, and we know that we have to apply this property. Okay, so first step will be log x equals to t, and we know that if your base it is not there, so the common base, natural base, it will be e, and the common base we took sometime 10. So here the natural base will be what? E, yes or no? So as now it look like what? Log b to the base a equals to x. So we'll convert this logarithm form into exponential form. So what you will get? A raised to x equals to b. Yes or no? So therefore in the next step you will get what? E raised to t equals to x. Understood? So here you will get what? E raised to t equals to x. As I told, we have to convert this function into in this form. So somewhere you must get e raised to x or e raised to t. As for this sum we took let, so this whole function it should get converted into alphabet t only. Yes or no? So here we got e raised to t, yes or no? Now we'll find derivative with respect to x. So this will be e raised to t into dt upon dx, dt upon dx, yes or no? And derivative of x will be what? 1, because we know that derivative of e raised to x is what? E raised to x only. But derivative of e raised to t will be what? Derivative of e raised to t will be what? As here t is replaced, x is replaced by t, so e raised to t will be e raised to t, but t here t is what? It is replaced by x, so we have to do the chain rule also. So here you will get dt upon dx. So in the next step, e raised to t into dt equals to dx. Yes or no? Got the point? Understood the step? As I told, we have to solve the sum by using the type number 8, by using this property. So we required e raised to x or e raised to t somewhere. So whenever you come across the sum like this log x, so the first step will be what? You will take let log x equals to t, as nothing is there in the base, so we'll take the common natural base as e. So in the next step we'll convert this logarithm form into exponential form, and then after that derivate with respect to x. So now we can substitute the value. So here log x, here nothing is there, so we can write as base as e, yes or no? So log x to the base e, we can write as what? T. Here also log x to the base e, we can write as t the whole square. Yes or no? And then in place of dx we can write as what? E raised to t into dt. Further this we can rearrange as e raised to t, inside the bracket we can write as t upon 1 plus t the whole square into dt. As I told, we have to convert this function into and this property. As clearly we can see that here we got e raised to t, and there is a function. As clearly we can see that this function actually it is in the form of u by v, and we know that in integration we don't have integral for u by v. So now we have to convert this u by v format in this form, f of x and f dash x. So here we have to separate this u by v in a such a way that you must get two term. So the first term will be f of x, so second term will be f dash x of that function, or vice versa. Okay, so as we know that we cannot apply u by v property, and as in the integration we don't have the property, so we have to convert now this function, this section, in a such a way that where you must get two functions. So the first part will be f of x, so second part will be f dash x. So this type of the sum, as we saw in the last lecture also, whenever we have a linear and upon quadratic, and this x is same, yes or no, this x is same, so I told what exactly you have to do, how to do the adjustment whenever you come across linear upon quadratic like this. Okay, so simply you have to see here what it is there. Here plus 1 we have, so here also we have the plus 1, so here the adjustment will be what, here we'll write plus 1 and minus 1, and do the adjustment in a such a way that you must get the previous step. So plus 1 minus 1 will get cancelled and you will get the previous step. So after this we'll write this t plus 1 in one bracket, and 1 will separate this. Okay, so in the next step, now we can separate the denominator t plus 1 upon 1 plus t the whole square minus 1 upon 1 plus t the whole square into dt. Yes or no? So here we can cancel 1 plus t, so here we're left with what, 1 upon 1 plus t minus 1 upon 1 plus t the whole square into dt. Okay, so as clearly we can see that here we had converted this whole function into in this format, as here we got e raised to x. So out of this two, one function will be f of x and the second will be the derivative of that function. So now we have to guess the proper f of x. Which one is f of x? The first function or the second one? So if we take f of x, as here the alphabet is t, so we here will write f of t as 1 upon 1 plus t. So its derivative will be what? As we know that 1 upon x derivative is what? Minus 1 upon x square. So 1 upon 1 plus t will be what? Minus 1 upon 1 plus t the whole square, as this all thing as I had explained in the last video lecture also. Yes, some of the same thing I am doing, but with respect to the alphabet t, because we had converted this whole function into the alphabet t. I hope you all understood how to convert the function in the form in the type number 8, and we have to apply the property, which one, e raised to x f of x plus f dash x into dx, which is equal to e raised to x into f of x. Without e raised to x we cannot apply this property, so we have to convert this whole function into in this format. So now clearly we can see that this is f of x and this is what, the derivative of this function. Okay, so therefore I will be equals to e raised to integration e raised to t f of t plus f dash t into dx, so which is equals to what, e raised to t into f of t plus c. So therefore the final answer will be what, e raised to t into your f of t. F of t is what, 1 upon 1 plus t plus c. So the final step will resubstitute the value of t. So here we took t as what, log t as what, e raised to log Yes or no? In place of t we can write as what? E raised to log x to the base e upon 1 plus, in place of t we can write as what? Log x to the base e plus c. So here if you want you can stop your answer, or else, as we know that there is one property in the logarithm, e raised to log x to the base e we can write as what? X. So further this part we can write as what? X. 1 plus log x to the base e we can write as what? Log x, as e is what? It is a natural base. So if you want you can stop your answer here itself, or if you feel we can solve the sum further, as clearly we can see that here we can apply the property of the logarithm, which is what? E raised to log x to the base e we can add as what? X. So in place of here I wrote x. So in this way you have to present your sum in the exam. Okay, so whenever you come across the sum like this, log x, and this sum does not match with any type number 1 2 3. Okay, so see to it that whenever you come across the sum like this log x, so the first thing is what? We have to convert this whole function into e raised to x f of x plus f dash x format. So that means in simple language we have to convert this function into type number 8, and we have to solve the sum by using type number 8 property only. So I hope you all understood how to convert into e raised to x, and then how to solve the sum by using e raised to x plus e raised to x f of x plus f dash x property. So let's take one more example based on this. So as here we have one more sum, that is what? I equal to cosec log x 1 minus cot log x. Here also clearly we can see that here we have log. Yes or no? So you will write integral into dx. So just now only I told whenever you come across the sum log x, and we know that we have to solve this sum by using type number 8 property. Yes or no? So for this sum also, first we'll convert this whole function into the format e raised to x f of x plus f dash x. Okay, so first we have to guess this question, it's match with which type number 1, type number 2, type number 3. If it doesn't match with any type, so you have to think about the type number 8, as here we have log x also. So whenever we have log x, so easily we can convert that whole function into type number 8. So what is the step? Just now only we saw how to convert. As here nothing is there, so we can take the natural base as e. So we'll take let log x to the base e equals to t. Okay, so therefore as here we have log b to the base a equals to x, so this logarithm we can convert into exponential form. Yes or no? So here we can write as e raised to t equals to x. So now derivative with respect to x, so here you will get e raised to t will be e raised to t dt upon dx equals to 1. So therefore e raised to t into dt equals to dx. Okay, then we'll substitute the value here. So this cosec will be same as it is. In place of log x to the base e we can write as t 1 minus cot. In place of log x to the base e we can write as t, and in place of dx we can write as e raised to t into dt. So let's rearrange the sum with respect to this property. So we require e raised to x, so we'll write here e raised to t. Okay, here we'll write dt. Now simply bracket open this with cosec t, so here you will get cosec t minus cosec t into cot t. as now we had converted this whole function into in this format, that is e raised to x f of x plus f dash x. Yes or no? Now simply we have to guess which function is f of x and which is f dash x. So as clearly we can see that derivative of cosec t is what? Minus cosec into cot. Yes or no? Because derivative of cosec x is what? Minus cosec into cot. So clearly we can see that this part is f of x and this is what? F dash x. So here we'll take f of t as cosec t. So its derivative will be what? Minus cosec into cot. So as now we had converted this whole function into in this format, that is e raised to t f of t plus f dash t into dt. Yes or no? So therefore here you will get e raised to t into f of t plus c. Okay, so your e raised to t will be e raised to t and f of t is what? Here f of t is what? Cosec t plus c. Okay, so now we'll resubstitute the value here. So in place of t we'll write what? Log x to the base e. Cosec in place of t we can write as what? Log x to the base e plus c. As we know that e raised to log x to the base e we can write as directly, we can write as x, and log x to the base e we can write as log x here. Yes or no? As this is the property which is there in the logarithm, e raised to log x to the base e we can write as what? X. Yes or no? So that's the end of the sum. So in this way you have to present your sum whenever it is not in the proper format of e raised to x f of x plus f dash x. So first step will be what? We have to consider let for log x. As here base nothing is there, so we can take the natural base as e, because we have to convert this whole function in terms of e raised to x or e raised to t. As here we took t, so of course the each and every term, even this dx will get converted into alphabet t. So first convert into e raised to t, apply the property e raised to x f of x plus f dash x, and then you will get the final answer. I hope you all understood both the example which we took for log x. As we know that we cannot guess any type for this particular question, as it does not match with any type number 1, type number 2, type number 3. So you must remember that whenever you come across log x and it does not match with any type, so it is your actual type number 8. So we have to convert this whole function into e raised to x format. Got the idea? Understood? So let's take one more example based on this and we'll complete the type number. It will finish out with this type. So in the next lecture, we'll see the last and the important type of the integration, that is the type number 9, which is based on the partial fraction. So that type number 9 will be the last end of the integration. So now we'll take one more example based on the type number 8 and we'll finish out with this type. Okay. Okay, so here we have one more example in front of you all. So this is the last sum of the type number 8. So after this we'll finish out with this type number 8, and in the next lecture we're gonna start with the very important type, that is the type number 9, which is based on the partial fraction. So type number 9 will be the end of the integration chapter. Okay, so let's take the last sum of the type number 8. As here also we can see here we have log x, as it does not match with any type. So one thing should come in your mind, that we have to convert this whole function into in this form e raised to x f of x plus f dash x into dx, which is equals to e raised to x into f of x plus c. So here we cannot see e raised to x also. So we know that how to convert this whole function into e raised to x. So here nothing is there, so we can take the natural base as e, which is equals to t. Now it is in the form of log b to the base a equals to x. So we'll convert this logarithm form into exponential form, yes or no, using the logarithm property. So here this will be e raised to t equals to x, because this is a, this is x, and this is b. So a raised to x equals to b. Now derivative with respect to x. I hope you are understood how to convert, okay, this section, how to convert the function into e raised to t. That means e raised to x form, yes or no. So e raised to t will be e raised to t, and derivative of t will be dt by dx, and derivative of x is what, 1. So therefore e raised to t into dt equals to dx. So now we'll substitute the value. So here 1 upon log x to the base e will be what, t. Log x to the base e will be what, t, but here we have square, so we'll write t square, and in place of dx we'll write e raised to t into dt. Okay, so here as per the rule, here we require e raised to x. So first we'll write e raised to t, then 1 upon t minus 1 upon t square into dt. I hope you understood this sum till here. Okay, so now as now we had converted this whole function into this format, into type number 8 property. So type number 8 property is what, e raised to x f of x plus f dash x into dx, which is equals to e raised to x f of x plus c. Now out of this two function, one will be f of x and second part will be f dash x. So clearly we can see that 1 upon x derivative is what, minus 1 upon x whole square, yes or no. Derivative of 1 upon x is what, minus 1 upon x square. So here what, derivative of 1 upon t will be what, minus 1 upon t square, as now we are derivative with respect to t, yes or no. So here f of t will take 1 upon t, so its derivative will be what, minus 1 upon t square, as now we are derivating with respect to t, so don't apply the chain rule here. Note down, okay, because this whole term actually it is in t only. So now we are considering this part as f of t and this part as f dash t. So it means what, we are derivating with respect to what, alphabet t. So as now we are derivating with respect to alphabet t, so here don't apply the chain rule. Understood? Okay, because the order is what, t only, the parameter is t. So when the parameter is t itself, so don't apply the chain rule. So therefore as clearly we can see that this is f of x, so this is f dash x. So therefore as now we had converted this function into in this format, e raised to t f of t plus f dash t into dt, which is equals to e raised to t into f of t plus c. So what is there in place of f of t is what, 1 by t. Okay, 1 by t plus c. Now we'll resubstitute the value. So in place of t we'll write log x to the base e. In place of t we can write as what, log x to the base e plus c. As per the logarithm property, we know that e raised to log x to the base e we can write as what, sorry, x. So here we can write as what, x, and 1 upon log x to the base e we can write as what, log x. Yes or no? So in this way you have to convert the given integral function into e raised to t, and then you have to apply the property. I hope you all understood all the three sums based on the property number type number 8, as all the three sum was actually different. The first step it was we have to convert the whole function into the format e raised to x f of x plus f dash x. Okay, so that's the end of the type number 8, we can say. So we left with the last type, that is type number 9, which is based on the partial fraction. So that will be the end of the integration. So in the next lecture we're gonna start with the type number 9. Okay, so do practice the sums from type number 1 to type number 8, as this all the type will play an important role in the next chapter. That is, the name of the chapter is definite integral. So in that definite integral, actually it is a very simple chapter. If you know all the types, all the exercise perfectly, so the chapter will be easy for you all. If you don't know any type, if you don't know the basic integral, so of course the chapter will be difficult for you all. So remember, definite integral, it is the extended part of the integration. Without knowing the integration, you cannot able to solve the next chapter, that is definite integral. So integration, all the type will play an important role for the next chapter. So as now we had left with only the last part, that is the type number 9, which is based on the partial fraction. So in the next lecture we're gonna start with the type number 9, and we'll try to finish out with the last part also. And then soon after this we'll start with the new chapter, that is definite integral. So once again note down, without knowing the integration we cannot able to solve the definite integral. So you must be perfect with all the type, all the sums based on the integration. Okay, so till then, goodbye, see you in next lecture.